Trojan hockey fans, here we go! Midland Dow down in Trenton for a showcase game. Jace Kimbrell starting at goalie, Burkholder and Soper back, Weaver, Peters, and Fogelman up front. Midland Dow shot over the net. Burkholder sends it up. We're in a bad corner, so it's hard for me to see the ice very well. I'll do my best, but not optimal. All right, Dow dumps it in deep. Soper picks that up. He hits Burkholder. Actually, Fogelman. Fogelman runs it out. Red line, blue line. Fogelman comes in. No shot. Tipped off his stick. He follows up. Burley pinned on the boards. Davison sends it toward the net. Off the goalie's leg. Trojans get it deep. They go behind the goal line, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off in the Midland Dow end. Face-off. Control by Midland Dow. It comes flying back past Conaway. They'll call that an icing, and Klusterman will leave it for the linesman, and Conaway and Klusterman will settle down in the back. Treadway, Blake Davidson, and Klusterman gets that puck. He sends it up. Dumped in. Davidson pressures. Conaway keeps it in. File backs Conaway up. In the Midland end. Midland now controls. They're able to get it out. Conaway backs up. No icing as it was past the red line. Right in front of me, Klusterman and one of the Midland Dow players come together. File. Whacks at the puck. Midland dumps it deep around. Shot toward Kimbrell. Wide of the net. Saved. Kimbrell holds on. We'll get a whistle. Soap and Burkholder back out there with Peters, Fogelman, and Weaver. Face off. Controlled by the Trojans. Dump behind the net. Soap's got it. He sends it up to Weaver. All right. What's the whistle for?
I think it hit the net.
Yeah. My cameraman said that he thought it was tipped up into the net. I missed that. We'll get a face-off to the right of Kimbrell in the Trojan end. Graham Peters wins the face-off. So picks up that puck. He goes up to Weaver. Weaver out of the zone. Midland picks it up in the neutral zone. They dump it in. Burkholder races in, tips it back. We're able to get it out. Weaver sends it through the neutral zone in. Midland Dow fighting to get it out. Soper with a shot. Wide of the net. Traverse City controls that puck. Fogelman brings it around the outside. Sending the Traverse City end, no icing. Burkholder takes a hit, but puts the puck where it needs to be. Soper, Fogelman. Fogelman dumps it deep. And now it comes back and off of the glass, out of play, and we'll get a whistle. Face off, controlled by Midland in their end, comes up to the point, squirts its way out. Braden White picks that puck up, he goes off the boards, hits Burley solid. Burley back to White, White tips it up. Midland Dow dumps it back, Burley picks it up, he goes behind the net, checks up, he sets it up. Burley still with it, hits White. White goes far side. Pass intercepted just outside the zone. White picks it back up. Now he hits Treadway. Treadway sent it out. Midland dumps it right back in. Burley up the boards, out. This will be an icing. A face-off will come back into the Trojan end. Kloosterman and Harv back on D. Beatty. Drew Davidson. Evan Blazak up front. Drew Davidson take this face off. Face off, controlled by the Trojans, brought out handily. Midland Dow dumps it right back in. Before it makes it to Kimbrell, Kloosterman picks that puck up, sends it reverse. Now Drew Davidson sends it around. And we keep it in the Dow end. And Dow now grabs that puck, brings it through the neutral zone, passes the red line, dumps it in. Comes to Harv. Harv sends it back to Kloosterman. Kloosterman looks. He hits Beatty. Beatty. Nice pass to Davidson. Davidson, one-on-one. Davidson with a shot just off the goalie's leg. Midland Dow sends it out, and Burkholder dumps it right back in. We check up and pressure. Beatty, quick speed, gives it to Graham Peters. Graham Peters tried to center, shot blocked. Now, Traverse City behind the line, controls, sent up. Midland Dow just able to get it out, but Graham Soap picks that right up. 18, 19. We're in a bad spot. It's really hard for me to read numbers. Beatty brings it in. Midland Dow controls behind their net. They pick it up. Not able to get it out. Now they do. Lots of pressure. Midland Dow can't control. One man will race in. And Traverse City able to chip it out. Oh, there's some wicked interference. I didn't see any arms go up. I think this is going to be an icing. No. Midland Dow's going to the box. We'll be on our first power play at 10:33, first period. That was a hook, a trip, a hit. I call it whatever you want. We got the power. Face off to the left of the Midland Dow goalie as I look. Sent back, across, shot by Kloosterman, just wide of the net. In deep, back to the point. Evan Blazak sends it up. Blazak tips in. Kloosterman couldn't grab that one, it goes out. Kloosterman hits Blazak. Blazak hits Burley. Burley to Kloosterman. Kloosterman to Burley. Burley deep. Kloosterman toward the net. Intercepted by Midland Dow. Kept in right at the line by Beatty. And Beatty takes a hit to hold it in. The hell was that whistle for?
I didn't see anything.
They're saying the face-off is deep. I have no idea what that call was. Like, we like Midland Dow, so we're just going to put you in your own end. Yeah. All right, face-off to the right of Kimbrell. Controlled by Travers. Fogelman comes up with it. We've got a minute 15 left in the power play behind their goal line. We check up and send it. Kept in. Midland Dow trying to control. It comes back to Weaver. Weaver dumps it behind the net. Here comes Fogelman. Fogelman sends it back to the point. Now I think that was Graham Peters. Got a shot off the leg of the goalie. Back to the point. Hopped over Sudds' stick. Sudds hit Fogelman. Fogelman makes the zone. Fogelman beats a man. Shoots. Rebound picked up by Fogelman. Back to the point. Soap picks it up. Sent all the way back. Kimbrell's got to play with 18 seconds left. Kimbrell, long pass. And Beatty picks that up. Beatty makes the zone. Beatty makes a move, shoots off of the right pad of the Midland goalie. And the penalty expires for Midland. And everybody's full strength. Braden White sends it up to Burley. Burley dumps it in. Puck controlled by Rodenroth. Rodenroth sends it behind the goal line. Shot from in front of the net, blocked by the goalie. Traverse City with some pressure here, and now Midland able to get it out. One-on-one, Midland comes back against White. Shot toward Kimbrell. He lowers his weight, picks up the puck, hangs on. We'll get a face-off in the Traverse City end, right to the left of Kimbrell. 7:54 left in the first. Scoreless game. Kloosterman and Conaway out there with Weaver, Peters, and Fogelman. Face-off. One by Midland, back to the point. Shot wide of the net. Conaway read that play, went in the corner. Midland tried to center, they missed. Fogelman tried to hit his man. It tipped off one of the Midland players and out. And now they come through the neutral zone. Kloosterman with a good check. Conaway picks it up. Conaway off the boards. Conaway beats his man to the play. Conaway up the boards. He goes through the neutral zone. He sends it in deep right at the red line. No icing. Conaway parked right in front of the net. Kloosterman and Beatty back. Fogelman with a shot. Kloosterman picks it up. He hit Beatty. Beatty toward the net. Conaway parked right in front of the net. He's out of his element. And we score! I don't know what happened. I didn't see it. I was watching Conaway parked in front of the net. And Fogelman goes through the line, shaking hands. He must have tipped it in. Again, it came out of the corner and in the net. Conaway was parked in front of the net, and I might be a tad biased on watching Conaway, but the puck went in the net, and we are up by one. 6:50 left in the first period. Puck comes back to Soap. Soap sends it up to Blazak. Blazak dumped it. Soap dumps it deep through the neutral zone. It comes back to Burkholder. Burkholder hits Soper. Soper hit Blazak. Blazak hit Davison. Davison checks up in the corner. He sends it deep for Blazak. Blazak looks. He's trying to set it right in front of the net. Nobody there. We get a shot. Puck loose in front of the net. Half a mile away. It's hard for me to see. All right, 200 feet. All right, puck comes out. And Midland picks that up. Soap comes up with it, goes behind the net to Burkholder, hits the referee who can't get out of the way. Soap to Blazak. Blazak up and out. It comes all the way around. Kimbrell settles that down. Soper to Blazak. Blazak tips it out all the way down in the Midland end. No icing. They send it around. Out. And Burley there to pick it up with White on defense. White's got to cover. White plays his man hard. And now we're able to get it out. Good job by Kasu Lehtinen. What's the whistle now? I'm missing all the whistles.
A little whistle happy anyways.
The face-off is going to end up in the Midland Dow end. I have no idea why. We'll take it. We win it. Burley toward the net. Hit a stick. Tipped out by Midland. White with one man coming in hard. White plays him well. White pulls it off his stick. Humphreys comes in, backs him up. Up to Lehtinen. Humphreys. Humphreys in. Humphreys breaks toward the net. He checks up, looking for a pass. Humphreys holds the puck, keeps it deep. Lehtinen takes a hit, but holds the puck. Humphreys sends it to Harv. Harv shot toward the net. Midland Dow comes back. Dow circle to the right. Oh, shot wide of Kimbrell. Harv protects the net. It comes around. Dow goes back. And Collier able to intercept that dump in. Trojans with the puck. Oh, Scheiße. Klusterman gave up the puck. Shot. Kimbrell with a great save. Klusterman had the puck roll off his stick. Didn't come out. Midland Dow got to the puck. They got a shot. Kimbrell came up big. Now, Midland Dow on our end. They shoot toward the net. It went past Kimbrell, hit the boards right next to me, and Harv sends it. It hits the defenseman at the line and goes out. Midland Dow gonna rush it right back in. They dump it past the red line. Kimbrell settles it down. Burkholder goes back to Soap. Soap takes a hit, but maintains control, sends it around. And Blake Davidson chipped it out of our zone. Soper with a shot, glove down by the goalie. And we'll get a break in the action. With 3:07 left in the first period, and as Jace Kimbrell looks at me, I bang on the glass and try to keep him awake. All right, 3 minutes left. Traverse City up by 1. They're not recording shots on goal because they're lame. All right, behind the Midland goal line, they bring it up. They send it across. Soap intercepts that pass, drills his man. Burkholder backs him up. He hits File. File missed the pass, but Rodenroth picked it up. They tried to dump it back in, but Burkholder gets slammed on the boards as he drives it back toward Midland. Puck in the middle, picked up by Weaver. Weaver sends it in. Weaver misses his own dump in and now goes down, but Peters backs him up. Midland Dow able to get it out. Weaver hits his man. Several shots, and Midland Dow with the second rebound scores on Kimbrell. So with 2:01 left in the first period, we've got a tie game 1-1. Pretty rough giveaway there by the Trojans. Couple shots on Kimbrell. He made the first save, but it's hard to stop more than 2 or 3. And we're tied at 1-1. 2 minutes, 1 second in the first. Burley comes up through the middle. Burley makes a move. He shots toward the net. Goalie save. Bouncing puck. Graham Peters. Oh, there's a tripping call, and Midland Dow will go to the box. All right, 1:47 left in the first period. Trojans on the power play. Graham Peters will take this face off. And the referee kicks Midland Dow out of the circle. One of their guys jumping. Face off, won by Traverse City, comes back to Fogelman. Fogelman drops it, Soap. Soap goes up the boards. Cross side. Oh, Graham Peters with a great shot. Gets his own rebound. He looks, goes behind the net. He hit Fogelman. Fogelman sent it back to the point. Shot toward the net. Goalie down. And now it comes out and all the way down. And Fogelman will pick this up. He'll check up behind the net. And he hit Drew Davidson to Peters. Peters behind the net. He takes a hit and a half. Comes back to the point. Soper protects the puck, goes far side. He hits Fogelman. Fogelman to Davidson. Davidson to Fogelman. Fogelman comes in, he shoots! Just wide of the net. And Suds able to keep it in behind the net. Peters picks it up, goes back to the point. Suds steps in. Oh, tipped off his stick, but the pass up went to Fogelman. Fogelman kept it in, but we were not checked up at the time. That'll draw an offsides, and with 49 seconds left in the power play for the Trojans, we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. .6 left in the first, 49 on the power play. Face-off, won by Traverse City. Klusterman picks that up. He runs it in. He goes behind the goal line, checks up. He's looking. He dumps it deep to Rodenroth. Rodenroth behind the net, looks, backs it. And now, centering pass. Oh, Evan Blazak had a great shot, just wide. Shot toward the net, sucked up by the goalie, and with 11.7, we get a whistle. We'll get one more run at him, and the period will come to an end. All right, Evan Blazak takes his face off. He sends it to Rodenroth. Rodenroth behind the net. Beatty chases that down. Midland Dow ties it up. They'll eat the clock. We get the buzzer. I've got Coach Givens here with me. Coach, we got ahead early there. We let them come back and tie it fairly late in the first. What are your thoughts on that first period?
I mean, it wasn't a bad period. We had some really good chances down there. I think we're kind of back to where we were a couple games ago, where we're just lacking puck support right now. And the one time that we did, we scored a goal off it. So you'd think that, we'd catch on to the fact that puck support's pretty important. We talk about it all the time, and we had been doing it pretty well. But tonight it's just not there right now. But
so I saw that goal Conaway had dumped in deep, and we pretty much had 4 men supporting the net and 1 guy back. What are your thoughts to get goals on these guys?
Well, we got to get traffic in front of their goalie for sure, and then we just got to fight harder for rebounds. I mean, they've been there, and we're afraid to wrap the puck for some reason. I don't know why that is. We always want to come behind the net, way out wide, and look for somebody, in a seam higher back door when we've got so much room to just take the puck to the net and create rebounds that way. So we'll talk about that in here and see if we can make a couple little changes.
So I'll leave you be. Go talk to the boys. Tell them the changes you want to see happen. I don't mind being tied. It's a good game so far. Coach, I'm feeling it. We're coming out with a W.
Yeah, that was a good team, good opponent here. So, they didn't have a ton of chances that period, which is good, but they're pretty efficient. So, it's a good game.
Thanks, Coach. We'll talk to you after the second.
All right.
Interview anybody. All right. With a lot of water on this ice, face off at center ice, tie game 1-1, Trojans on the power play, and the face off goes deep in the Trojan end. Trojans dump it around. Weaver sends it back to Suds. Suds goes up the boards to Fogelman. Fogelman tips it toward Peters. Peters gets his own rebound. We come in, and Midland Dow able to get it out. Suds holds it, and he dumps it deep, picks up his own dump in, and now we got to back up. Burkholder fends off the Midland Dow player. Midland Dow even strength now. Pinned in the corner. Up. And Traverse City not able to get it out. Shot in, deflected off a leg. Tipped up to Fogelman. Fogelman makes a move. Fogelman toward the net. Peters picks it up. Peters dumps it deep. Fogelman races on that puck. Tipped off his stick. And Beatty races in and forces a play to Fogelman. Off Fogelman's stick, yeah. The Midland Dow player held on to that for probably 2 seconds. And the referee calls that. And we'll get a face-off to the right of the Midland Dow goalie. All right, the Chargers line up with the Trojans. Face-off, controlled by the Trojans, sent to the middle. Not able to control it, and Chargers dump it out. Chargers pick that up. Off a skate, kept in by Beatty. Beatty in front of the net, sends it around. Blazak picks it up, drops his man. Blazak with a move. He goes back to the point, just missed Braden White. And Burley and White go all the way back to pick this up. White's got to be careful, no icing, so Dow pressures. Burley blocks the centering shot. The Trojans not able to get it. Now they do. Here comes Drew Davidson. Shot, center. Oh, just missing net by inches. Son of a gun. Burley with a heck of a hit. Drives his man off the puck. Burley fights. He's dropped down. Midland Dow go to the box. Burley's extra effort draws the penalty. And Midland Dow will go to the box. And we will go to the power play. All right, who we got out there? I see Weaver. I see Peters. I see Davidson, Soper, and Fogelman. Face off. Controlled by the Trojans. Over to Soap. Soap dumps it in deep. Peters picks it up. He spins around the outside. He trades with Soap. Soap button hook. Soap Hits Weaver. Weaver with a shot. Second effort. Right in front of the goalie. Goalie didn't know where it was. Not out. What a great keep in by Soper. Comes back to Suds. Suds dumps it toward the net. Now Dow Chargers are able to send it all the way down to Kimbrell, who leaves it for Suds to pick up. Traverse City sends it out. They bring it in. Dow able to clear the zone. Soper will race back after this. 1 minute left in the power play for Traverse City. They make the neutral zone. They bring it in. Onside. Oh, another tripping call. And this will be a 5-on-3 when Midland Dow touches it. They do, and we will be on a 3-on-5 for 52 seconds. As the Trojans forced the play, Dow ended up tripping one of our players, and they will go to the box ×2. I'm kind of shocked. This is one of those games where we're not getting homered.
Yeah.
They're actually calling a really good game. I like these referees. All right, Graham Peters, Evan Blazak. What the? Graham Peters, Evan Blazak, Beatty, Soper, and Fogelman. Graham Peters sends that face off to Beatty. Beatty back to the point. Fogelman toward the net, shot, missed. Blazak picks it up. He goes to the line, hangs on. He comes in, goes far side. Shot! Oh, just wide of the net by 1 inch. And now the Midland Dow team able to get it out. We come in off sides, and Fogelman upset that he was off sides, but his teammate was racing out as fast as he could. Fogelman jumped the gun. So face off in the neutral zone. Graham Peters wins that face off. Goes back to Soap. Soap right to Fogelman. Fogelman centering pass. Right on the Midland Dow goalie. Not out. We keep it in. Soap with a great play. Soap looks. He's going to shoot. Midland Dow goalie misses. Oh, shot! Graham Peters picks up the rebound. He drives it and will go up 2-1. 11 seconds left in the first penalty. That'll put us on the power play for 1:20 more. Let's go Trojans. Hiya. Oh, another penalty on Midland Dow.
Seriously.
We're going to be 5-on-3 for another 1:20. I have no idea what the penalty was, but Midland Dow's down by 2. Weaver brings it in. Weaver goes far side. Hits Fogelman. Fogelman's shot gets tipped wide. Peters goes to Davison. Davison to Peters. Peters is Soap to Peters. Peters centers. Shot! Midland Dow goal! Oh, that went in! That went in! They called it no goal. That son of a gun and puck where I'm standing bounced off the back of the net. No. All right, we'll keep going. Baloney, salami. Fogelman, far side. Hits Soap. Soap toward the net. Oh! Hit the glass right where I'm standing. Made me poop. All right, here comes Fogelman. Centering pass. Oh, dude, Davidson just tipped it wide. Now, Fogelman tips up. Back to Davison. Davison to the point. Far side. Soap toward the net. Oh, just out. Yeah, we score. We score. We score. Davison tipped that rebound in. So with 14 seconds left in the penalty, the Trojans get another goal, and that will allow us to stay on the power play for 54 more seconds. Go Trojans. So who are we lining up? I see Blazak, Beatty, Rodenroth, Kloosterman, and Burley on D. Back to Burley on the point. Burley holds it in. He goes far side. Kloosterman, one-timer. Off the goalie stick. Hit the glass. Picked up by Midland. They send it all the way down. No icing on the K. Kloosterman races up. He goes far side. Just missed Beatty, but the Midland player missed it. Now it comes to Blazak. Blazak centers it. Oh, one-timer by Beatty, missed. Puck just tipped out. Kloosterman picks it up. We check up. Kloosterman races in. He's behind the goal line. He tries to tip it. Ends up just behind the net. Off of body. Midland gonna clear. Even strength now. Traverse City shot wide of the net. Centering comes to Kloosterman. Kloosterman hit File. File couldn't handle the pass. File picks up a rebound, dumps it in. Rodenroth gonna chase that down, far side. He gets shellacked. Shot toward the Midland goalie, held on to. And I got my best buddy Wilson here, who's been watching Traverse City hockey for how long, Wilson? 18 years? 19? Wilson, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Wilson is one of my biggest fans. He always watches. I love him to death. He's a great kid. Wilson, what do you think of this game?
I watched the Rice game. I was so crazy.
Wilson, thank you so much for your insights. I love having you here. I'll talk to you between periods again. Thanks, buddy. All right, face off. All the way back in the Trojan end. Burkholder and Conaway back. Puck comes up. Rodenroth gives it up. Kimbrell decides to put a glove on that. Hangs on, and away we go. Look at a face-off on the far side of the Trojans. Trojans up by 2. 9:52, second period. Face-off to the right of Kimbrell as he sees it. Face-off. They battle. Midland Dow player loses stick, jumps off. Traverse City able to make the zone. The linesman says offside. I don't care how many whistles they have. We're up by 2. Let them blow the whistle all day long. So Carter Humphreys out there with File and Blake Davidson. File wins the faceoff. Conaway picks it up. He sends it to, I don't even know who's, all right, that was Soap. Soap sent it toward the net. Goalie steered to the side. Conaway backs up. Midland Dow gets a pass through the middle. And that was Braden White made a diving stick poke that stopped Midland Dow from getting a scoring chance. Now Dow on the point, trying to get it. In the middle, Kimbrell with a save. White, hard drill into the middle. Soap sends it up. Out, and no icing. We go wholesale line change except for Soap. Dow through the middle. They make a move. Shot toward Kimbrell. Stop before it happened. Dow dumps it behind the goal line. Kimbrell with a save. Kimbrell. Shot. Blocked. Now, who is this? Fogelman. One-on-one. Fogelman makes a move. Fogelman shoots. Oh, he just missed the net. What a great play by Fogelman. It comes back to Weaver. Weaver sends it. Shot. Tip. And Fogelman tips it waist high. Just over the goalie's shoulder and into the net. Holy mackerel, that was a great play. Woo! And your Trojans go up 4-1 with 8:07 in the second period. Holy mackerel. Fogelman drove it in. His shot was thwarted. The play went out, shot in. Fogelman tipped it waist high. It went over the goalie's shoulder and in. You can't ask for much better. Puck behind the Midland goal line, sent up. Midland not able to handle it. We bring it right back in. Now Drew Davidson send it across. Centering pass. Stop! Midland not able to get it out. Now Beatty, he goes into the corner. He button hooks. He's looking. He tried to send it deep. Went off a foot. But Midland Dow not able to control it off another leg. Now Blazak with no stick is going to tie it up with his foot. You can't make this stuff up. Midland Dow still not able to get it out. All right, now they do. They come through the neutral zone. They're going to get a shot block into the corner. Harv takes a thumping, but cleared the puck. It goes around, comes out. Midland's got to check up. They dump it deep. They are way off sides. They had like, how are they not off sides? They had 4 guys on the bench. You're up 4-1, and I guess they give you some liberties. All right, we bring it down. Here comes Peters through the middle. Slap shot! Oh, the goalie with a great blocker save by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Now we bring it back in. Here comes Peters again. He breaks over the net. He flips it over the goalie's shoulder, and he puts it in! 5-1. 6:26. Second period. Trojans on fire. My baby's on fire. Uh-oh. I'm starting to get the text. I can't talk of an ounce in a hockey game. I'm going to send you a link. You better watch. You got to watch now. We're up 5-1. We're on fire. I'll talk to you in a minute. Bye. Sorry. One of my buddies called to ask if we're playing. I got to send him the link. I believe that Midland Dow called the timeout. All right, I guess there's people actually watching me announce. It's hard for me to believe that. But Mom, Z, and Aaron loved Wilson's interview. I will chase him down between periods, and I promise you I will show him the accolades. Thanks for tuning in. All right, the timeout comes to an end. They blow the horn. The referee lines them up at center ice, and the Trojans come out. We dump it. Midland able to pick it up, but Burley keeps it in. He sends it behind the net. Dow comes out hard. They go through the neutral zone and Suds. What now? High stick on who? Who?
Midland Dow.
Midland Dow going to the box again. High sticking this time. We will take it. So with 6:04 left in the second period, we will go to the power play for 2 minutes. You still want to do the interview? I'm waiting a minute. Get over here. Oh, he's got to hold the red light. All right, face off. Won by Traverse City, just out of Soper's reach. He plays it up. He hits Graham Peters. Graham Peters brings it in. Peters in the corner. Fogelman. Fogelman behind the net. Leads to Peters. Peters, Fogelman. Off Fogelman's stick. Through the neutral zone and down. So the Trojans will pick up that puck. And now they bring it back in. Fogelman gets smacked. The puck. We got a whistle, and I missed the call. All right, I got the live chat up. Vicky Conaway watching in Dudley, England. Vicky, I miss you dearly. Thanks for tuning in. Tony Burley, who was not man enough to make it downtown. He's watching. He's doing double duty. I'm just kidding. Tony's a great guy. Dante asking about the unsportsmanlike. I don't know what to tell you. And the Trojans going in the box. Xander Fogelman, a little bit upset about that call. Jasper, 19661. Please stop yelling. It would be nice to watch a game without the volume up. How do you like me now, Jasper? If you want to come try to do it, let me know when. I'll give you the mic. You're on. All right, face off in the Trojan end. We'll be 4-on-4 for 55 seconds. Burley forces a play. Midland goes to the point, back to the middle. Tipped over Beatty's stick. Beatty brings it up. He's going to get it out. Beatty brings it in. Beatty, 4-on-4, centers it right in front. Midland picks that up. Am I yelling? I'm trying not to. Shot toward Kimbrell. Never made it to him. Now the Trojans able to control it. They come out of the zone. And Evan Blazak takes a couple slashes. He tried to pull it toward the middle. Beatty picks it up in the neutral zone, goes far side to Burkholder. And now for 1 minute, Midland will be on the power play. They bring it to the middle, and Blazak tips it all the way to the goal line. Midland cross the red line, tipped off a stick at the blue line by, who is that? Drew Davidson with a great stick. Am I yelling? In our corner, a lot of thumping, and I believe that was Drew Davidson sent it all the way down. Chargers goalie played it around to the point. Graham Peters forced the play. They come back in. Drew goes to the middle. Referee's got his arm up. Oh, this is going to be on the Trojans, I think, as the Chargers goalie went toward the bench. I missed the penalty.
Burkholder looks like or something.
So Kalen Burkholder will go to the box for powder puffing?
Yeah.
What was it?
Hooking, I think.
Hooking. Maybe hooking. Sorry about that. Drop the mic. It's not my fault. My hands are frozen. Yell all you want. We love it. Thank you. Ben Burley's grandma and grandpa watching from frozen Virginia Beach. I spent some time down there myself. All right, Trojans fighting off a penalty. Into the corner. We battle. We get it out of the zone, and Midland's got to check up. Wendy and Gavin Richmond, some of my favorite humans on the face of the planet. They're watching. Kimbrough gloves that down. We will get a whistle. Wendy, Gavin, thanks for tuning in. Love you. Again, Mom Z, Julie Zarimic, and Aaron watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Another couple of my favorite humans. Suds, Soaps, Grandma, Vicky watching, and TC. Go Trojans. Face off, goes to the point. Shot, never made it to Kimbrough. They battle in the corner for it. And Kimbrough picks that up, gets a whistle with 1:10 left in the power play. All right, so I'm going to let my cameraman, Josh, know. Hey, not sure if you're aware, but there's a blemish on the glass right in front of the camera. Can you wipe that off? I think my cameraman's going to tell you to pound sand. Shot toward Kimbrough, steered aside, into the corner. They battle. Chargers come up with it. They go to the middle. They send it to the near side. Shot at Kimbrough, scores. So with 53 left in the power play for the Chargers, they capitalized on the power play, and we are up 5-2. All right, face off, center ice. Midland brings it in, shot toward Kimbrough. Off a glove, over the net. Behind the goal line, they reverse it. Midland controlling the puck, shot at Kimbrough, misses the net. They bring it down behind the goal line. Drew Davidson picks that up. He picks up his own rebound. He sends it to neutral ice. And we get a whistle at neutral ice. All right, let's see who we got out there. I see Burkholder with Kloosterman, Weaver, Peters, and I'm assuming Fogelman. It is. Face off. Back to Berkey. Berkey clears the zone. Weaver comes up with that centering pass. Oh! Graham Peters just missed. Weaver to Peters. Peters sends it to the middle. Now Dow does not get it out. Back to Peters. Peters centers. Just out of the reach of Weavers. Weavers deep. Dow rims it around, kept in by Klusterman. Klusterman deep. Klusterman dumps off for Peters. Peters to the point. Bertle. Actually, that was Weaver with a shot toward the net. And now we pick off the outlet pass and get it deep. Fogelman sends it to Peters. Peters into the middle. Picked off, but kept in by the speed of Beatty. So we're even strength. 25 seconds left in the period. We bring it in. Fogelman. He's going to go around. He hits Peters. Peters hit the goalie right in the face. 15 seconds left. Up by 3. Now, Fogelman with a shot. He hit the goalie right in the emblem. He hangs on. And with 9.6 left in the second, we are up by 3. Uh-oh. Referee putting Fogelman in the box. What did he do? He got the shot off. I didn't see anything. He did what? Oh, so the lamp guy for the goalie said that Fogelman swung his stick at the goalie after the shot. What's that? Horrible call. And I've got people walking by going, horrible call. Well said! So with 9.2 left, face off in the Trojan end to the left of Kimbrell as he looks at it. Midland toward the net, blocked before it got there. We send it all the way down on net. That'll do it for the period. All right, Coach Gibbs, walking around the ice. Coach, heck of a second period, on fire. A lot of pressure. They got one kind of late there. What do you see? What's going on? We're playing great hockey.
Well, it's just bad penalties again. I mean, we have down 5-1. We've got all the momentum. We take a bad penalty, they score. Then the momentum shifts, and they're all over us down there for a couple shifts in a row. And now we take another bad penalty. It's like, you're doing it to yourself, right? It's not that they're doing anything special. We're just not being very smart right now.
So we're up 5-2 on the power or on the PK. Even if they get one, we still got 2. What do you see for the third period, Coach? A lot of defense?
2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey. So I'm
Stop.
really hoping,
I didn't want you to say that.
we get through this because, again, we're doing it to ourselves. So we got to figure a way to get through it.
I'm absolutely sure you're going to talk to the boys. You'll settle them down. We're coming out victorious. I told you at the end of the first, I felt it.
I hope so.
Coach, stop. I love you, Coach. Thanks. All right, back in action. 16-18 left in the third. Trojans up by 3 on the PK. Midland holds it at the line. Comes to Soap. He makes no mistake, sends it deep. Burley and White switch with Soper and
Front of the net.
Burley with a back pass in front of the net, worked out, hit one of his teammates, and we cleared it. Midland brings it right back in. Oh! Kimbrough. Oh, that was rough. Through his legs, literally trickled in. The referee had to skate over to the net and look. If somebody would have reached back and grabbed that.
Keep it together.
All right, that's all right. 15:37, third period. Trojans up by 2, everybody even strength. Conaway and Klusterman back, dumped in deep by Midland. Conaway will pick this up. He gets plastered into the boards, but send it up to Blazak. Blazak hit Davidson, Davidson out, and we send it deep into the Charger end. Conaway pinches. He's sniffing. We reverse it. Here comes Davison. He's looking. He shoots toward the net. Tipped just wide of the net. Shot. Klusterman in deep. He goes. Centering pass. Tipped. And we're going to get a penalty on... I'm really hoping it's on Dow. No, gonna be on us because the puck's coming all the way down to our end, and Blazak will go to the box.
No idea what that was.
I didn't see it. The referee didn't gesture what the call was. All right, face off, left to Kimbrough. Sent toward Kimbrough, picked up by Soap. Soap to Drew Davidson. Drew Davidson all the way down the ice. 14:40 left, third period. 1:45 left in the PK for the Trojans. Dow brings it in, shot. Kimbrough, glove save, hangs on. We'll get a face-off in the Midland, or in the Trojan end. Left to Kimbrough, Graham Peters, Burkholder, Soap, Davidson. Face-off. One by Midland. They step it back. Davison keeps his man to the point outside. Shot toward Kimbrough. Tipped into his glove. He hangs on. And with the 1:31 left in the PK for Traverse City, 14:22 left, third period. Graham Peters will take another face-off to the right of Kimbrough. Linesman drops the puck, goes back. Soap picks it up. Soap sends it all the way down. So Midland Dow picks that puck up. They drive it in. We send it around. Just out of Soper's reach. Top of the circle, far side. Toward the net. Cleared by Graham Peters with a great forecheck. Midland brings it right back in, around behind the net. Fogelman sends it back, tipped, it's gonna come up, Dow keeps it in. Toe drag, picked off by Peters. Fogelman picks it up. Fogelman's gonna make the other end. Toward the net, Fogelman tripped up, he's gonna get a call, and as Dow touches the puck, we will go 4-on-4 for 30 seconds, and then we will be on the power play for 1:30. Let's go, Trojans. Let's go. I shouldn't talk out loud. And my cameraman reaffirms my assessment. All right, who else is talking to me? What was it? What'd I miss?
Another trip on that Midland Dow.
Oh, we're going to get a second penalty on Midland Dow. I looked down at my phone to see who was yapping at me. David Lynn Harvey here. Keep being loud and proud. Trojan parent. Dave Lynn, thank you so much. I love you too. You've taken great care of me for as long as I've known you. I love that you watch every game. All right, Midland Dow controls that face-off. They send it all the way down. Kimbrell will hold it behind the line for Soper. Soper picks it up. Grandma and Grandpa Conaway watching in Surprise, Arizona. Thanks for tuning in. Trojans bring it toward the net. Shot toward the net. Just misses. Soap keeps it in. He dumps it deep. We are 5-on-3 for a minute 25. Dow able to get it out. They come in one-on-one. Shot over the net. And now, Graham Peters picks it up. He's going to run it out. And I think that was a hand pass whistled down. And Mike, screw the guy, I don't think you talk enough. Lord knows nobody talks more than I do. So I'm thinking that's outside the box. But anybody who wants to yap about the yelling, come try it. Just come down here and try to keep up with the play, I dare you. I love this game. I love the boys. I've said it 1,000 times. I'd rather lose by 1 than win by 10. Hockey, the physicality, the speed. What other sport compares? Soccer? I don't think so. Tennis? Not quite there. Rugby? All right, that's the only one I know that gets bruised up as bad as hockey. Football? They hit every single play, but hockey, they're going 20 miles an hour on the ice every play. Let's go, Trojans. All right, so the face-off will be in the neutral zone just outside of the Dow end. All right, down toward Midland. Shot on goal, just wide. Second effort, Midland able to clear all the way down. Kimbrell settles it down, hands it off to Soper. Suds gonna come across circle. Far side pass, hits Fogelman. Fogelman makes the zone. Fogelman with a move, shot! He scores! He goes over the goal and shoulder. Holy mackerel! Fogelman with a laser beam shot after he got around the defenseman. Hi-ya! And with 41 seconds left in the second penalty, we will stay on the power play. 5-on-3, up 6-3, 11:54, third period. All right, face off. Won by the Chargers, sent all the way down. Suds Soper will pick that up. He's going to make a move. He sends it up through the middle. Left for Drew Davidson. Drew Davidson pass. He hit. Again, I'm on the far end. I can barely see numbers. Shot all the way down. Kimbrell settles it down. Soper picks it up again. Checks up behind the net. And we play it in our own end. Braden White sends it to Burley. Burley into the middle. And Midland dumps it in. Even strength now. White goes far side. Tried to hit Rodenroth just out of his reach. Back to White. White to Rodenroth. Rodenroth dumps it in. Chargers try to clear. Not able. Rodenroth had it out of his reach. Shot toward Kimbrell. Lofted into his glove. He hangs on tight easily. We'll get a face-off with 10:26 left, third period. Trojans up by 3. All right, face-off to the left of Kimbrell. Battle for Kloosterman comes up with it. He reverses to Conaway. Conaway picks it up on the boards. Conaway thwarts off a check, sends it up. Peters to Weaver. Weaver's dump. Peters forces the play. Conaway on the point. Sends it up. Conaway keeps it in. Shot toward the net. Just wide. Offside. They say Conaway did not keep it in. Now it comes back. Kloosterman hit Fogelman. Fogelman popped. Conaway up to Weaver. Weaver touched it. No icing. All the way in. Burkholder and Kloosterman back now. Kloosterman steps up. Stops the play. Burkholder gets a dump in. Tips it out. 9:25 left, third period. Burkholder through the middle. He makes a move. He sends it off to Blazak. Into the corner. Kept in by Drew Davidson. Drew Davidson hits Burkholder. Burkholder able to hold. Now it comes out. Blazak, far side. Hits Kloosterman. Kloosterman dumps it deep. He hits Burkholder. Burkholder tips it. Midland comes out. This should be in. Oh, they pick it up. Shot toward Kimbrell. Stopped. Whistle. Kimbrell with a great save. Holy Hannah. Woo! So with 8:49 left in the third period, score of the game, 6-3 in favor of the Trojans. Face off to the left of Kimbrell. Won by Traverse City. Sent behind the net. Soap picks it up. He hit Weaver. Weaver out. Dump deep. Fogelman chases that down. He keeps it in deep. Peters backs him up. Fogelman centering pass toward the net. And now the Chargers able to send it around. And they get it out, but it comes to Soap, who sends it right back the other way. Midland brings it in. Shot toward Kimbrell. He can't hang on. Centering pass. Stop. Shot wide of the net. Kimbrell playing well and has luck on his side tonight, because a few that he hasn't been able to pull off, and there haven't been many, he's come out ahead. Shot toward our bench. Kept in. Now we clear. Evan Blazak makes the neutral zone, brings it in. He gets smashed off the puck. Burley and White have to back up. Doesn't make it in our end. Beatty sends it up. Drew Davidson with a shot gloved down by the Midland goalie and held on to. Hey! Am I yelling? Sorry, Josh. I don't mean to make you laugh so hard, but if you don't like what I do, shut it off. Turn it off. Don't listen. Otherwise, let me tell you what's lily and white. All right. Dow tries to bring it down. We break up the play, thump it out. We come in, shot toward the net. Ow, just broken up by the Dow players. Evan Blazak hits Whitey. Whitey comes through the neutral zone. He takes a check, but forwards the puck. Drew Davidson dumps it deeper. Beatty. Dow can't do anything, and Blazak will get to it. Conaway steps up in front of the net. It goes to Beatty. Beatty makes a move. He gets intercepted. Conaway's got to back up. He plays his man into the corner. Centering shot toward Kimbrough. Conaway gets it off the boards. Conaway's got time, and he goes hard off the glass. He's tired of that crap. If he'd lifted his head up, he had a couple people to hit, but I'm not going to give him a hard time on that one. 2 shots on Kimbrough. Clear the puck. Who cares? Settle things down. Up by 3. Settle things down. Am I yelling? It's my new thing. Sorry. I love it. All right, face off. File to Conaway. Conaway behind the net goes to Burkholder. Burkholder up to Rodenroth. Rodenroth up to Humphreys. Humphreys gets it in deep. Humphreys in the corner. He sends it behind the... No, he's fighting for it. Now behind the goal line. Dow comes up with it. Conaway has to back up. He's watching. Burkholder and Conaway. In deep. File gets it. File gives it up to the lone Charger. And the Chargers not able to keep it in. And now they bring it back in. It goes to File. He's checked off the puck. Conaway sends it back. Humphreys tips it. Kept in by the skate. Humphreys, second effort, gets it out. Good job, Carter. Carter out. Goes to the bench. Kruserman. File. Off of Kimbrough's glove and into the netting. We will get a whistle with 5:14 left, third period. I wish I knew the shots on goal, but they're kind of slow, tired, and lazy here, and they won't keep track of them. All right, face off, left to Kimbrough. This will be Graham Peters. And the Chargers jump the line, so they get thrown out of the circle and switch up. Peters again. Face off. Won by Peters. Koosterman sends it around to Soap. Soap hit. Weaver. Hard pass to Fogelman. Fogelman brings it in. Fogelman fights hard for that puck. Driven into the corner. Fogelman lays on it. And Dow not able to get it out now. Fogelman backhander toward the net. Goalie save. Second effort. Goalie save. And we'll get a whistle with 4:5-1 left, third period. Trojans up by 3. Mike Long 69. I want to know who you are. If you have my phone number, text me and let me know. All right, face off. Won by the Trojans. Back to Soap. Soap gets it deep. Comes around. Midland tries to clear. We press hard. Klusterman holds the line. We control it. Dump it behind. They send it back. And they're still not able to clear. We come through, center shot, just wide of the net. Second effort off the goalie, back to the point. We dump it deep, It comes to the middle, chipped up, and Klusterman picks that up. He goes past Soap, reverses, hits Soap. Soap passes to Drew Davidson. Drew Davidson makes the zone. Oh, right in the middle. Beatty couldn't pick that up. Klusterman gets it again. Outside, that should be an off. It is, and with 3:49 left in the third period, Trojans up by 3. We'll get a face-off just outside of their end in the neutral zone. What did Midland Dow get a penalty for?
Did they get one?
What was
I
it?
did not see it.
Josh, my cameraman, me, no idea. There's a Midland Dow player in the box. There's 2 minutes up. The referee didn't make a gesture. I didn't see it. I got a funny feeling somebody might have been bad-mouthing a referee and we got an unsportsmanlike. That's my only guess. All right, Traverse City wins the face-off. Soap shot toward the net. Glove down by the Midland goalie. He hangs on. We get a whistle. 3:43 left third period. Trojans on the power play for 1-5-4 if they don't score, less if they do. Let me do my best John Madden. Okay, so if the Trojans score on the power play here, that's when the puck goes across the line and into the net, they get a goal, then that nullifies the rest of the power play, and we'll carry on smartly 5-on-5. Okay, so the puck comes back to the Trojans. The Trojans shoot toward the net. Midland picks it up. They're going to bring it down. Centering. What a great back check by Soper. He lifted a stick, picked up the puck. Graham Peters has it. He centers far side. A stick sent it up into the net with 3:20 left in the third. Trojans up by 3 on the power play for 1-3-2. We'll get a face-off to the left of the Midland goalie as I look at him. All right, centering pass by Blazak into the corner. Now it comes to Blazak. He tips it deep. Beatty picks it up. Beatty goes to the point. Burley back to Beatty. Beatty off his stick. And Midland just able to clear. Klusterman races in. He has pressure. He backspins up to Rodenroth. Rodenroth can't make the zone. Back to Klusterman. 2:35, game 45, power play, up by 3. Puck into the Midland zone. Beatty around behind the net. He looks. Goes around the outside, into the middle. He's going to shoot. Oh, he back checks. Goes back to the point. He hit Klusterman. Klusterman far side to Soap. Soap deep. Beatty picks up that. 5 seconds left in the power play. Off to the side of the Midland goalie. And Midland not able to get it out. Fogelman picks it up. Poked off his stick, and now Midland comes into our end. Through the middle. Shot into the skates of one of our players, and it ended up in front of our net, and Soper wisely just sent it down the ice. 1:28 left, third period. Trojans up by 3. How's Jasper doing? You still listening? All right, face off, Trojan end. Conaway gets that face off, sends it around to Harv. Harv pins it in the corner. Conaway picks up the back pass. He goes up the boards backhand. Hits Fogelman. Fogelman to Conaway. Conaway to Peters. Peters to Conaway. Conaway up the boards. Out. What was that? Hit our bench?
Did it hit the net?
I think the puck on the shot out hit our bench. So that will get a face off in our end. Conaway and Harv out there with Collier, Treadway, and Katsu-Lehtinen. Lehtinen takes the face off. Sent up, Conaway picks it. Not out, shot toward Kimbrell wide. Chargers pick it up. They try to center it off of Lechtinen's stick. Shot toward Kimbrell, steered aside. Another whistle.
High stick. I don't know who it was.
They said a high stick, but the puck never made it over anybody's waist. Oh, all right. Collier's going to the box for a high sticking call with 51 seconds left. Up by 3 are the Trojans. Burkholder, White, Peters, Drew Davidson. Oh, Peters goes off and switch ups with Treadway? What the hell is going on? The refs threw us out of the box for a late change, maybe? Face off, won by Midland. Shot toward the net. Blocked by Drew Davidson. Great footwork there behind our net. Tipped in front. Behind the goal line. Behind the net. 35 seconds. Drew. Midland centers. Kimbrell. Save. Tipped out. Midland picks it up. 25 seconds left. Midland. What a great play by Fogelman. Crushes his man on the net. Into the corner. Step, side, far side. Shot toward Kimbrell. Block. Oh, they score. With 10 seconds left. Midland 6-4 against the Trojans. And with 10 seconds left, I'm just guessing, just assuming, not getting excited, but I think the Trojans will pull it off. All right, face off. Sent toward Midland. They grab it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Your Trojans come out ahead.